Okay, here is your second drawing lesson for today. We're going to do perspective with landscape. Okay, so perspective means that things look very far away. Okay, so remember, we still have the same elements of drawing. We have the dot, the line, the curve, the angle. Okay, and we're going to use all of those today in your landscape drawing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, again, eye our paper in half, and we're going to make a horizon line. A horizon line always goes from one side of your paper to the other. Okay? It separates the sky from the ground. Now, in order for something to recede in the background, I've got to make it at a diagonal. So I'm going to take, if you don't have a ruler, you could take another piece of paper. Again, you're just practicing though, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, when we get back to school, you can do rulers. So starting in the middle of your horizon line, we're going to take and draw a straight line diagonal to the left, all the way down to the end of the paper. Okay, we're going to meet again at the beginning, the top, and we're going to take it all the way down to the right. Okay, so this is going to be a road that is receding into the distance, and this is called perspective. Okay, we're also going to talk about foreground, middle ground, and background. Okay, your background is always in the sky. Your middle ground kind of always sits in the middle of the paper around your horizon line, and your foreground is always in the front or the fore. Okay, all right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on our middle ground. Our middle ground is going to be in the back. So I'm going to use a repeated curve, very organic. It doesn't have to repeat the same. Let's put some mountains in our background, okay? So we can wiggle up and down, and yours does not have to be like mine, but this is a curve that recedes in the background. The reason I say that is because we're going to put things on top of it that are going to be in the foreground, okay? All right, we could do another one if you wanted to, but anything that now is in this area is in the background, okay? And probably just going to be the sky because we're going to make some really, really big trees, okay? I think I want to show you, well, there's several things you can do. Okay, so let's make some trees. Our trees are going to go follow the perspective. So just real lightly, just here's one line. This close tree is going to be the closest to you, and that means it's going to have the biggest trunk, okay? We want to match that on the other side. This one in the front is going to have the biggest trunk, okay? Foreground, forward. The ones behind these two are going to be a little bit skinnier. They're going to start on this road, okay? And they are going to be a little bit skinnier. Let's match another one over here. And then you can kind of see where I'm going, yeah? The ones even more behind that are going to be even skinnier. Notice that they're also shorter, okay? So those are our lines. To be fair, they're a little curved. Let's make some branches. You guys know how to do that. Branches are simply different thicknesses of lines, okay? So we can come up here, make an angle. See, that's an angle right there. That angle makes up two. There's another angle. This is an angle. Do you see how I did that? That angle, excuse me, was on one side. It wasn't exactly in the middle. So it could maybe look like a check mark. That's still an angle, okay? Now all of these, we don't have to make them the same. This one is behind here. This second tree is behind the first tree, so I want to jump over Here's an angle. I love doing that. If that's all you do, that's cool. Same with this one. This one may not even, let's do a line, an angle, and a line. Okay? All right, let's finish over here. So that's a really cool kind of pattern to do. So we're going to go line, angle, line. If you have a pencil, I would cross out that guy right there because that mountain now is behind this first tree. Okay, here is my line, angle, line. Okay, again, you would cross out these two lines. I'm sorry, you would erase those two lines. And our last one, line, angle, line. Now, if you wanted to get more detailed in your tree, I love drawing trees. They're fun. I could make more lines here. And when you color in those branches, that's a really easy way to make tree branches. But if you want to get a little bit more organic, the way trees really look, I would hold, notice I was holding my marker at the front, but if you really want to make them more organic and loose, I would hold my marker at the end and I would almost twist my branches, make them skinny in some places, and they do not have to be perfect because trees are very organic, okay? So this is so far our horizon. Here's some ground, and this is going to be a road that we're going to travel on. And all you're going to do is you're going to draw a broken or dotted line. The farther away they are, they're smaller. And then as they get closer, they get bigger. Okay? If you want to make them thick, like they're the yellow line, 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 line. Or yellow or whatever. If you wanted this to be a dirt road, you could make it be a dirt road. There's lots of things you could do with this. All right, last thing, we don't have any curves in this guy. So let's go ahead and you can make your trees. We're going to kind of put the tree leaves. We're going to do almost a reverse curve from that mountain. So you can make your curve here, and then you can stack those all the way up, or you can separate them. One way I don't want you, or I want you to not do your trees like this anymore, is when you have one tree looking facing at you and then have this consistent repeated curve. Yeah, that's a tree and that's great, but these have a little bit more organicness to them. All right, so your landscape is complete. Again, you do not have to color this. If you want to, you may. We're going to do some colored pencil tutorials later, maybe here in a couple weeks in May. So keep all of your drawings so that I can show you how to do that as well. Don't throw anything away. All right, hope you had fun. Practice your landscape, and I'll see you next time. Bye.